Mtakatifu Yosefu Lamano, mwalimu wa imani, upendo wa Maria aliwasha mwanga. Tunakuimba leo, mtume wa upendo, urithi wako wa amani.
Consolata lay missionaries were not left out in sharing their take as far as Blessed Joseph Alamano is concerned.
I am Mary Kanini Nyaga, a Consolata missionary from Embu Diocese, but at the present moment I'm in Nairobi Diocese.
I am Rose Karambu Boniface, a Consolata lay missionary. I'm based here in Nairobi.
Consolata missionaries are people, faithful Christians, who have a vocation. They live a vocation within a vocation. They are Christians who are rooted in the teachings of Jesus Christ. And they are people who are willing to share more in the charism of the Consolata family. We are the fourth born. After Consolata fathers, Consolata sisters, Consolata brothers, we are the fourth born in the family. And we collaborate in the mission of evangelization. We were formed by the Consolata sisters. The first formation was in 1997, and we have spread all over in all the continents where the Consolata sisters are, because we collaborate in the mission. In the formation, we take 3 years in the formation to be well prepared for the mission, just as the Consolata sisters, to take Christ known to the other people, and especially when it comes to the human formation and promotion. So for the Consolata missionaries, we live an ordinary life. Just like our father founder said, living an ordinary life in extraordinary. So for the lay people are people who are called and they live their professions. If you are a teacher, you are a teacher. If you are a nurse, you are a nurse. So how do you share the charism of consolation in your teaching, in your nursing, in your profession that you live? So we live an ordinary life, but an extraordinary way from our families. The only difference is we don't live in a community, but we meet when need be. So if you are married, you live in your family, but start the consolation from that family, then take it there. Basically, we need, our life basically is to live and share more of the consolation where the fathers cannot reach, where sisters cannot reach, and in missionary activities, then we collaborate together. Yes. Our missionary activities are involved where we have first our vocations. So since we are teachers, if you are a teacher, you do the work there as a missionary in that teaching vocation. If you are a nurse, then you continue there. So you touch the lives of those who are teaching, not only in a professional way, but you collaborate and you bring the dimension of the vocation, the living the charism in itself. That is the consolation. So our mission activities, we do them in collaboration with the Consolata fathers, the Consolata sisters, the Consolata brothers. And most of us also who are available can also go outside the continent and live the charism. The limit of joining is from 18 years and above. If you feel you are more, you are called to live the charism, then and you are ready to be formed, because we are also formed basically to be able to live this charism of consolation. As Alamano is being canonized, we want also to do things well in an extraordinary way, doing good things but silently, doing good things well but silently. Yes.
Sister Lucy Wanjiro and Sister Anne Wanjiro reflects on the reality of what Blessed Joseph Alamano started more than 100 years ago in our world today as they tell us on the different apostolates that are being carried out by the Consolata missionary sisters today, and especially in Kenya.
I'd like to highlight on our center, Blessed Daramano, in Meru Diocese. This is a center where we take vulnerable children. Initially, it was started for rehabilitation of street children, both girls and boys. And today we are also challenged with the vulnerable families, whereby a family, they are not able to educate a child, and we take care of that. So that center is specifically for vulnerable children. That is why they are formed both human formation, spiritual formation, and also we assist them in education. On the other hand, one would like to ask, it is already essentially when Aramano lived, because if he started the Consolata missionaries, the fathers and brothers in 1901, and then the sisters in 1910, how is it that experience of life today? It is very much present. It's already essentially, more than essentially actually. And we are being asked today, the mission, his vision was to begin a congregation where Christ is taken, where he is not known. How is the evangelization today? What the pioneer missionary started still goes on today, as mentioned by the other speaker. And I would also like to say that the mission methodology that Aramano highlighted was contact, human contact, person to person, through listening, so that you come to understand the need of the individual even before you evangelize the person. And today, in the Archdiocese of Nyeri, the people or the Christian, they actually are greeting people, all for Jesus, nothing for me, or for Jesus. And that was a motto of Blessed Irene Stephan. What is it telling us today? It is telling us Blessed Irene had internalized the values Aramano wanted or wished his missionaries to be, meaning that all what we do in our services to humanity, whether in the schools, whether in the colleges, whether in as social workers, or we are even catechizing, it is human contact, but bringing Jesus to these people. Now, today, if the Christians or the people are greeting of nothing for me or for Jesus, it means that the Blessed Aramano's teaching was very much internalized by the pioneer sisters. And we know that Blessed Irene was in the second group. So that drive is still there today. How else can we say that the Spirit is present? We have seen groups coming to Nyeri, where Irene, when she was buried in Madhari Cemetery, and later on when he was exhumed, put in the Madhari Chapel, and then Kikondi. Groups are doing pilgrimage. And what are they asking of us? It was to highlight how can the life of Blessed Irene help them to live their Christian life today. So the desire to walk in the same path Irene walked, meaning living Christian living in concrete way, concern for the neighbor. And these groups, whether it is Catholic Action, whether it is SOA, Catholic Women Association, or Catholic Men Association or youth, what are they seeking is to take Jesus to their presently, to their needy families or needy situation today, day-to-day's need. And we see that if they are Catholic Action, they are challenging themselves. How can we make Jesus known in our actions as Catholics? Another thing that we can really talk about is how is the sanctity of life currently internalized. And we have said that this Aramano, when he found the pioneer sisters, he taught them to always seek to do God's will. And this is what we can see, that the church today, one would wonder, how is Aramano connected with the life today? It is very much connected, because if people are able to remember how Nyada, when I listen to elderly people or those who lived, because we are still having families that knew Blessed Irene, I have examples, women who says, I am not able to take care of my mother-in-law who was bedridden. But when I reflected on Nyatha, how he could clean people, their wounds, stinking, and she was able to serve them with love and care, that already inspired her, and she could say, I asked Jesus through the intercession of Blessed Irene to help me be able to take care of my mother-in-law. And today, this lady, the experience he has is that with that constant care, her mother-in-law who was bedridden, already she can move some steps, she can move about in the compound. Others are saying that if Nyatha was able to forgive people like Gary who had hurted how am I not able also to forgive my neighbor, to let go the heart? So we can say that this teaching of Blessed Aramano, where he really wanted his members or the missionaries to convert so that they take Jesus to the people, it is still very much present. And that means also it's a call to internalize gospel values today, day to day, with every day what comes on. And the question he is asking us in every situation to ask ourselves, how would Jesus solve this situation? How would Jesus react in this situation? And this is what we are living, that each Consolata missionary here and elsewhere in the mission is to see the need and ask the same question. What if Aramano was here? What can he do? And then the question there is, how would Jesus respond to this reality today? And this gives us life, because it means that it is the gospel values that are pushing us to respond to everyday need.
In the Archdiocese of Nyeri, we can see most of them, they have been one way or the other, has been touched by the life of Aramano. In the basis, the line of the missionaries, the Consolata as the large family, as the 4 missionaries, sons and daughters. And also in the hospital, for example, in the Madari Hospital, it was the mission hospital for where Consolata missionaries has been served a lot in many years. And also when you go to the other way of looking in the cloud, that we see the people has been cherished and have embraced that life, and they are living truly as what Aramano has been taught the sons and the daughters to come to share. That's true Christ. And he could say that for him, we could just tell us that we give people Christ himself, giving them consolation. When we are doing all this, we are doing it in the basis of giving the consolation to the people. And also as we go to the other dioceses, look at here in Nairobi, we have, for the side of the fathers, we have Mji wa Mfariji. For the Consolata sisters, we have Committee Prison, where we call it St. Cafaso, the House of Consolation. And this House of Consolation, we see how many, we get ex-prisoners from committee, those the young people that would like to continue with their life of the study, and also to give them that formation that can make them to feel stable and part of the people that are living with other people, and to make their life news again, to be transformed and to continue living the other people as normal. It's the part of the fathers, Mji wa Mfariji. They go to the street, taking the young people, and those the people, they live back again to give them that life, to give them hope, that there is hope even despite what they have faced in their life. Going also the side of Meru, Diocese of Meru, we see we have Aramano boys and Aramano girls, where our sisters are working there, taking also the young people also to continue with their studies. Some they have become very prominent people, and also they have been helping the society, helping the people in one way or the other to be working with people. And also when you're also looking at the side of the hospital, we have Govo Hospital that was for the mission. That is the work of Aramano that has been living, and that is where the grassroots, the growth of the people to be able to share with others through giving the treatments, becoming the doctors, the nurses, sharing all this true love and true consolation to the people. And also the present that you see, our sisters that you meet, all the Consolata sisters, we sing the fathers, they are still the formation. The formation is still going on. We are getting the vocation from different places, all corners that you see, they want to embrace this true consolation. And here we see in Nairobi, we have house of formation for the young ladies who would like to be part of that consolation of Aramano. Also going there, the Consolata, we see also there are seminarians who are still entering and continuing desiring to share more about this love of Aramano. And also Aramano was telling us that you can see the hospitals, you can be a mere witness, that the hospitals, Consolata missionaries, and also have been started. The schools, they are big schools that the people, they are still getting, they are alumni of what the Consolatas has been giving them. And we can see far wide, that is the fruits that are keeping on growing each and every day. Even if you are not there, we can see the systematic way, the orderly way our Aramano has been teaching these sons and daughters to go to share with others. And that is what the fruit is still glowing and keep on coming. And people, they are still cherishing this true love, that's true continuation of the life of Aramano that we are living today.
Takatifu Yosefu ya Mando, mwalimu wa imani, upendo wa Maria aliwasha mwanga. Tunakuimba leo